Well, hello again, friend. Welcome to the channel. My name is Kelly. If this is your first time here, if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. You know what day it is, do you? Today is New Releases Day. Very excited. We have lots. Not as many. Oh, I need to update you guys before I dive into this video. I actually had a new releases video because I hadn't filmed one in a month. I had a new releases video that was an hour and 20 minutes long, and for the life of me, I could not get it to upload. I tried everything. I tried offloading it to a flash drive. I tried freeing up space on my computer. I literally gave this a go for like 7 straight days, like kind of took over my life. And then I finally was like, this isn't meant to be. So there's a lot of new releases that I haven't announced to you guys that I did a whole video about. But you'll see them, you'll see some of the fragrances in upcoming sample hauls. One that's actually coming tomorrow, I think, or Saturday. So I will have lots of new samples for you guys doing sample sniff hauls. I know you guys love that. So stay tuned for that. But today we're diving into new releases. Now, if this is your first rodeo here, I'll just give you a quick rundown. What we do is we talk about, first, we're gonna talk about things that are not yet released, but have been announced, whether they've been leaked or publicly announced, they're just not available to purchase yet. And then the second section is the new releases that are available that you can go and sample and purchase now. Another disclaimer, I am a human being, I'm not a robot, and I do edit my videos on my own because I'm a small channel, and frankly, I kind of enjoy editing my videos. And that being said, sometimes it takes me a couple of days to edit. So sometimes in the interim between like when I actually film this and when I publish it, sometimes I'll say a fragrance isn't available yet, but then it becomes available. So if there's something on this list that you're like, oh my God, I'm so excited for that, just Google it. It might already be available. Also, if there's anything on this list that you really want me to sample, if you want me to be your guinea pig for it, let me know, put the name of the fragrance down in the comments, and I will make sure to prioritize ordering a sample of that fragrance. Now, without further ado, let's get into today's video. All right, as I said, we're starting off with the section of not yet released fragrances. Again, this is me saying this at the time of filming, so double check everything. Okay, so the first 4 we have are from Ariana Grande. Now, double check my work on this because these might be available, and specifically if you're in the UK, they're more likely to be available already in the UK. So definitely check it out. But we've got 4 separate body mists, and these sound really exciting. So it's called the Love Notes collection, and the first one is called Angel's Kiss. This one has top notes of berries and rose water, middle notes of rose and musk, and base notes of amber, woody notes, and vanilla. And I actually just saw that I had made myself a little note. These are available on August 19th. I can't remember the release date for this video. I think it might be the 19th. So depending on when this video publishes, I can't remember my schedule for that, but I believe that this should be available by the time you see this video. The next in the collection is called Pink Woods. And this one has notes of jasmine, tonka bean, and cashmere wood. Then we've got Pressed Petals, which has notes of lemon, jasmine, and amber. And then we've got the one I'm most excited about. It's called Vanilla Suede. This one has a top note of Italian bergamot, middle notes of creamy sandalwood and rice milk, and base notes of vanilla beans and liquid musk. This sounds right up my alley. I'm very excited about this one. Next, we have 3 new releases from the House of Banana Republic. So the first one is called Monday Rose. This one has top notes of bergamot, grapefruit, violet, lychee, and rhubarb marmalade. Middle notes of rose, geranium, peony, and muguet. I feel like I do this on so many videos. I need to like figure out what the exact pronunciation is. And then base notes of amberwood, moss, musk, and caramel. That one sounds really delicious. The next one is called Morning Jasmine. This one has top notes of bergamot, pear, and raspberry leaf, middle notes of garden rose, gardenia, and plum, and base notes of vanilla orchid, cedarwood, and patchouli. And then the third release from Banana Republic, upcoming release, is called Orris Vanille, which I'm very excited about. Top notes of bergamot, lemon pepper, and juniper, middle notes of incense, orris, and apple blossom, and base notes of amberwood, vanilla, and sandalwood. That one sounds really, really, really good. Next, we have a new release from the House of Bond Number 9, and this is called Bond Number 1. This one has top notes of bergamot and ylang ylang, middle notes of Bulgarian rose, jasmine, tonka bean, and musk. And base notes of cashmere wood, patchouli, and vanilla. And the release date on this is September 15th. So we got a little bit of time before that comes out. Next, we have a new release from the house of Byredo. This is called Will You Marry Me? Such a cute name. This one has top notes of peach blossom, passion fruit, ylang-ylang, marigold, and peach. Middle notes of saffron and neroli, and base notes of white, amber, and cashmere. That note combo sounds very unique. I'm very intrigued by this. Next, for my Byredo fans, we've got a new release called Desert Dawn. I'm personally very excited about this. We have top notes of rose petals and cardamom, middle notes of carrot seeds, sandalwood, and cedarwood, and base notes of vetiver, papyrus, silk, and musk. This sounds really good. This will be presented at Milan's Beauty Week, which is happening September 25th through 29th. So I'm sure it'll be available for purchase soon after that, if not at that event itself. Next up, we have an upcoming release from the house of Celine. I don't have any information on this. There's no notes or anything. More information will be coming soon. But this is called Unité Francais. Again, pronunciation with the French is just terrible. So I'll put the name of it down below. And once I find out notes on that, I will update you guys for sure. Next, we have a new release. I just saw this today and just added this to the list. It's an upcoming release by the house of Olakala and Mark Gebauer, I think is how you say his last name. I think Mark Gebauer might be a jewelry designer or a fashion designer, and I don't know what Olakala is. But the fragrance is called Cocaine. And the description, we have top notes of pink pepper, grapefruit, bergamot, and cardamom, middle notes of tuberose, jasmine, coconut, and rose, and base notes of sandalwood, tonka bean, benzoin, amber, and musk. Interesting name. Yeah, the notes aren't like mind-boggling. It's not like anything we haven't seen before. Yeah, super curious about what this turns out to be. Okay, next we have 4 new releases from the house of Dries Van Noten, I believe is how you say it. The first is called Bitter Splash, and this is a pomelo, which is grapefruit, and leather fragrance. The next one is called Chamomile Satin, and this is a chamomile vanilla fragrance, which sounds really, really good. And then we've got Crazy Basil, which is basil and cedarwood. I'm personally not so sure about that one. I love basil, but I don't know if I like it in fragrance. And the fourth one is called Vanille Camouflage, and this is galbanum and vanilla. So I don't have any experience with this house. I believe it's a designer house. Never smelled anything from them. I know there's a couple that are popular from that other collection with the really cool bottles. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll sample these, but I'm curious. All right, the next one, we've got a new release from the house of Ellis Brooklyn. This is called Dear Sky. And this one, I really want to try it, but I have a feeling I'm not going to like it because it does have a note of honeydew melon in it, which is like my least favorite note. So we've got on the top, bergamot, honeydew melon, strawberry leaf, and rhubarb, middle notes of white peony, pink pepper, and tuberose, and base notes of galbanum, ambrette, and cedarwood. This is launching August 19th. And it's supposed to be a radiant ode to the American Wild West. Okay, all 3 of my dogs are in the bedroom, like right there, and they're all playing, and it's making a little bit of noise. Hopefully you guys don't pick it up. I know you guys don't like background noise, but you might hear some dog romper room activity in the background, like that. Okay, next we have Ex Nihilo, the Hedonist Extrait de Parfum. I do not like the Hedonist. The regular one is very scratchy. There's something about it that like irritates my nose hairs, and I just do not like it at all. So I imagine I'm probably not gonna like this one, but never say never. And also some of you guys might be interested in this as well. So for this, we have top notes of grapefruit, bergamot, and ginger, middle notes of cedarwood, lychee, and akigala wood, and base notes of tonka bean, patchouli, amberwood, and vetiver. Next, this just got announced today, and I'm super excited about it. It's not available yet. Some of you guys may have heard Sebastian, aka the perfume guy, tease about his fragrance collaboration that he is putting together with Juicebox. I know he told us that Julien Rasquinet is the perfumer, and he gave us a hint like last week or 2 weeks ago that the name of the fragrance was going to be a number. I, for the life of me, could not figure out what it was, and now that I see it, I'm like, duh, obviously. And reading these notes, like this fragrance is just so Sebastian, and I just want to give a second because Sebastian was the very first perfume reviewer that I started watching back in like I don't know, 2016. I don't even remember when I started watching his reviews, and he's been such a guiding light for me as far as like my own journey with fragrance, and then also like me starting a channel. Like he was a huge inspiration to me. So I forever am indebted and grateful for Sebastian. I hope to meet him in person one day. And I love everything that he creates and puts out, you know, like he's done his Mystery Club scent boxes, which I did get one of those, loved it. I just really like who he is and what he puts out as a creator. He's just really cool. So of course I was gonna like check this fragrance out anyways, just to support him. But now that I've seen the notes, I'm like, oh my God, I want a bottle of this. So enough teasing. The fragrance is called 54, as in Studio 54 by Juicebox. If you don't know, Juicebox does fragrances that like match up with different like music styles and things. They're very like music oriented. And so Studio 54 is just perfect. I believe that Sebastian has mentioned that he was like a little bit on the electronic music scene at a point. If you don't know Sebastian, he lives in San Francisco. I also was in the electronic music scene in San Francisco, specifically like back in 2007 to 2014. And so sometimes I wonder, like, did we cross paths? Like, yeah, just curious about that. But I'm so excited for this fragrance, you guys. Studio 54 was not in San Francisco. I believe it was in New York City. So, I'm not making that correlation between the name of the fragrance and the city, just that him and I have had similar paths, I believe, with like music in the city of San Francisco. Anyways, now that we've cleared that up. So the notes, you guys ready for this? The notes are pina colada, rum, cardamom, saffron, chocolate, divana, cypriol, cinnamon, vanilla absolute, patchouli, sandalwood, and tobacco. It's literally like all of Sebastian's favorite notes put into one fragrance, which is so cool. So this is also being released August 19th at Harrods. So check Harrods if you've got a Harrods nearby or online. Lots of great releases coming out on August 19th. So I feel like I do think that August 19th, as the day that you're seeing this, is today. So yeah, lots of cool stuff happening today. Next, we have a new fragrance from eeeek. This is called Soleil Lunar. The sweet scent of sunlight as it first kisses the earth is perfectly captured by eeeek's Soleil Lunar Eau de Parfum. The woody ambery overture of the fragrance is tempered by the elevated notes of pink pepper and mandarin, which provides a delightful counterbalance filled with radiance. Additional notes include magnolia, lady of the night, heliotrope, ambrette, crystal moss, amber, and musk. And I'm reading that from Fragrantica, just to give you a heads up. Next, we have another extrait. This is Mise en Cire. This is Perfect Oud, but this is in an extrait version. So we've got top notes of bergamot and cardamom, middle notes of cedar essence, rose oxide, and rum, and base notes of vanilla, incense, and oud. I have yet to smell the original Perfect Oud, but I have heard a lot of people rave about it. So I wanted to share that with you as well. Next, I'm super excited about this one, you guys. I love Narciso Rodriguez's DNA. Like, it's such a classic, timeless, like beautiful, feminine. I love the type of musk that they use. I know a lot of people don't love their musk. I'm in the camp of loving it. This particular fragrance is called All of Me Intense, and this has top notes of iris and jasmine sambac, middle notes of rose, geranium, and tuberose, and base notes of sandalwood, vanilla, and musk. And this is releasing sometime in September. We don't have an exact date just yet. Okay, now we have 4 upcoming releases from the House of Orientica. The first one is called Dark Desire. This one has top notes of bergamot, lemon, and green notes, middle notes of rhubarb, spices, and ginger flower, and base notes of oak moss, amber, musk, and sea notes. Okay, next we have Oud Old Fashioned. This one has top notes of bourbon whiskey, cinnamon, plum, and bitter orange, middle notes of myrrh and iris, and base notes of smoke, sandalwood, vanilla, and tonka. Next, we have Single Malt Whiskey. This one has top notes of saffron, incense, caramel, and oud, a middle note of patchouli, and base notes of sandalwood, leather, and moss. These all sound so good. And then the fourth and final one from Orientica is Smokin' Gorgeous. This one has top notes of blackcurrant, pink pepper, ginger, cherry, and plum, middle notes of lily of the valley, jasmine, violet, and rose, and base notes of raspberry, ambergris, vetiver, and musk. Okay, next is one that I spoke about previously in another video. I spoke of it as a rumored leak then, but it has now been confirmed that it is official, and this is from the House of Parfums de Marly, and this is called Palatine or Palatine. And this has top notes of mandarin, bergamot, and pear, a middle note of violet, and a base note of sandalwood and musk. I mean, who doesn't love a Parfum de Marly release, right? Like, I don't know, I haven't met a single person that doesn't like the house. Let me know in the comments. Are you like the unicorn that doesn't like Parfum de Marly? Let me know in the comments. Next up, we have 2 new releases from the House of Richard, and the first one is called Champagne Kiss. This one has top notes of champagne, pear, rose, raspberry, and apple, middle notes of lily of the valley, jasmine, rose, and iris, and base notes of ambroxan, cedarwood, patchouli, musk, and vanilla. And then the second is called Coca Chocola. And this one has top notes of coca, vanilla, cocoa, and nutmeg, middle notes of vanilla, chocolate, lime, cocoa, and cardamom, and base notes of ambroxan, vanilla, almond blossom, cedar, and musk. This sounds really good. I'm not into chocolate fragrances. However, I do like when chocolate fragrances have a little kick, whether it's a spice or a citrus added. So a perfect example of this is Anima Dulcis by Arquiste, which is one of my absolute favorite fragrances, favorite house ever. Not that many people talk about Anima Dulcis, and it's so good. It's like a chili cocoa, cacao, like a chili cacao kind of Mexican. It's so good, you guys. Definitely check that out. But when I saw the notes to this, I immediately thought of that fragrance. So we'll see how good this one is. Next up, we have a new fragrance from Roberto Cavalli, and this one is called Sweet Ferocious. And we've got top notes of orange peel, saffron, pomelo, and elemi, middle notes of tonka bean, amber, and oud, and base notes of guaiac wood, sandalwood, and cypriol. I am a guaiac wood addict. Like, anytime a fragrance has guaiac in it, I can smell it. I am in love with it. Like, I love the smell of guaiac wood so much. Like, I can't tell you guys how much I love it. So I'm very excited for this. Next up, we have a new fragrance by the House of Seven Virtues. You probably know about this already because people have been talking about it. It's called Candied Lychee. I don't actually have any notes for it though, but obviously it's going to be a lychee fragrance. And I assume it's going to be quite sweet as well. So that should be out any day now. Next, we have 4 new releases from the House of Tiziana Terenzi. The first one is called Idu. These are all part of the Volcano collection. So with Idu, we've got top notes of magnolia, vanilla, and lotus, middle notes of ambergris, tobacco, and Cambodian oud, and base notes of bourbon, vanilla, birch, and moss. The next fragrance is called Idna. This one has top notes of chamomile, cardamom, resin, and pine, middle notes of artemisia, lavender, jasmine, and broom, and base notes of Australian sandalwood, tonka bean, vanilla, milk, and fig. That one sounds fascinating. Next, we have Ovesu. This one has top notes of pink pepper, grapefruit, and rhubarb, middle notes of Indian jasmine, ambergris, leather, and lava, and base notes of Australian sandalwood, Haitian vetiver, cedar, birch, and moss. That one probably speaks to me the least out of all of them. And then Struo, this one has top notes of Calabrian bergamot, Sicilian mandarin, labdanum, and saffron, middle notes of green tea, cardamom, cloves, cedar, Cambodian oud, base notes of ambergris, leather, tobacco, beeswax, birch, and Laotian oud. So those sound interesting. Next, we have a new body mist from Victoria's Secret. We've got vanilla bean and macadamia. No notes listed, but it's kind of obvious. Vanilla bean and macadamia nut. I am all here for a nutty vanilla. Yes, please sign me up. That is it for the upcoming releases. Next, we're going to move to the new releases section. These are things that are available for sure for you to sniff, for you to sample, for you to buy. They're all yours. So we're going to start off with an Andrea Mack fragrance, and this is called Zing. This fragrance is done by Celine Burrell, and it's got top notes of tangerine, mandarin, and mineralic notes, middle notes of mate, carrot, and ginger, and base notes of patchouli, sandalwood, and musk. So this is available for pre-order at the time that I'm filming this, and it ships August 20th. So by the time you see this video, it'll be available to go and ready to go. Next, we have a new fragrance from Argos. This is called Sacred Flame. This one has top notes of bergamot, peach, tangerine, ginger, clove, grapefruit, and pepper tree, middle notes of rose, tuberose, cinnamon, violet, jasmine, orris, and patchouli, and base notes of amber, sandalwood, benzoin, opoponax, tonka bean, vetiver, cashmere, and vanilla. Lots going on in that one. Next we have Bath & Body Works Vanilla Romance. Let me know, you guys, because this has been in store for a bit, maybe like 2 weeks. I smelled it and I have mixed feelings. I can't figure out if I love it or if I don't care about it. It's so bizarre. Like, I went back to it probably like 4 times while I was walking around the store, and I was like, I just can't figure it out. Is it just that I don't feel like I need another vanilla, like body mist or body lotion, or am I just not that into it? I couldn't tell. So this one has notes of fresh cardamom, vanilla absolute, and captivating woods. And I think that there's going to be some of you that tell me in the comments that you absolutely love this, because that's the feedback I'm hearing. I feel like I might need to go revisit, like when they have their next sale. Maybe I'll just go revisit it. The problem is, you guys, I'm just gonna go off on a rant here for just 1 second. I'll keep it kind of short. I'm 42 years old. I grew up in high school going to Bath & Body Works every weekend when it was like sun-ripened raspberry, sweet pea. There was like 5 main scents that we all wore. I can't remember the other ones. And there was like the honeysuckle one, which was beautiful. And then their whole repertoire just like expanded. Like, for those of you that are younger, Bath & Body Works didn't used to have a huge assortment of scents. Like, it used to just be kind of like the same stuff over and over again. And then they like changed their vibe a little bit and started like cruising scents through left and right. So, also the other thing about Bath & Body Works is that back in the 90s, if you got a body cream, which is, I prefer the body creams over the body lotions because I have very dry, dehydrated skin. If you got a body cream, that thing was lasting you like 4 years. Now they last like 9 months, which is fine, except sometimes we go on little tangents when they have their little sales, and some of us have been known to throw in like 15 body creams into one cart, and then like we can't get through the body creams fast enough and they go bad. So long story short, I have about 33 Bath & Body Works body creams sitting on my dresser, and half of them are like not fresh. So it's just like this thing, right? And then I've got body mist that I'll layer. Like, I like to buy the mists and layer them with fragrances. I just don't know if I need this. And I know they have a perfume version. I don't know. I'm obviously confused. Someone sway me, please, in the comments. Let me know. Do I need to revisit Vanilla Romance? Let me know. Next, we have a new release from the house of brown girl Jeanne. I love this house, you guys. I've tried a couple and I'm like absolutely in love. I have another one coming Saturday that we'll get here in a sample haul. That one's called Carnival. I'm super excited. I'll film a video about it. But this one is called Carousel, and this one has top notes of spun sugar, black currant, and apple, middle notes of orange blossom, coral rose, and lily of the valley, and base notes of leather, sandalwood, cherry, and musk. This just sounds so, so good. Next, we have 3 new releases from the house of Dua, which I rarely talk about new releases from Dua because they come out so frequently, but these 3 caught my eye. They're all gourmand, so I thought I would share them with you. The first is called Candy of Creamy Vanilla. This one I'm just gonna read you the thing. Candy of Creamy Vanilla is a fragrance that encapsulates the spirit of pure, creamy bliss. The rich, creamy notes of vanilla dance gracefully upon your skin, leaving a trail of sheer decadence in your wake. I didn't actually write down any notes. The next one is called Cola Cream Dream. This is an AI-driven fragrance, and it opens with a rare fizzy splash of cola, followed by creamy vanilla ice cream and rich caramel. Sounds pretty good. The zesty citrus adds a refreshing sharpness, while the base notes of tonka bean, sandalwood, and musk provide warmth and longevity. That sounds good. The third one is called Milky Marvel, and this says it encapsulates the essence of freshness and comfort, inviting you to indulge in a moment of pure bliss. Infused with the invigorating essence of Litsea cubeba, the warmth of tonka, and the sweetness of vanilla, each note harmonizes seamlessly, creating an elixir that awakens the senses. Next, we have a new release from the house of Floris. This is called Golden Amber. This one has top notes of bergamot, cassis, and fig, middle notes of almond blossom, rose, geranium, and neroli, and base notes of sandalwood, patchouli, amber, and tonka. This sounds really good to me. Next, you guys, we have a new release from the house of Juliet Has a Gun, X Vetiver. Are you ready for this? X Vetiver. There's more information coming. I don't have any notes right now, but there are samples available currently on the Juliet Has a Gun website. That's why I included it in the like available now section, because you can get a sample now. And I'm sure that the fragrance will be properly released very soon. Next, we have a new release from the house of Mad Elans. This is Sous les Confettis, and we don't have specific notes, but I know it's benzoins and resins, which sounds really good. So give that a sniff if you're interested. Next, we have a new release from Mancera. I feel like we're heading into the fall cherry season. We've got Cherry. More notes coming soon. Cherry was released on August 6th, so it's been out for a couple weeks. It's released as a Paris boutique exclusive. So I'm sure you'll be able to find samples online. However, it looks like you'll only be able to purchase this in the Paris boutique itself. Next, we have a new body mist from the house of Sol de Janeiro. This is a rebrand of the fragrance called After Hours from last summer, I believe it was. This one is called 76. So we've got top notes of blackcurrant and pear nectar, middle notes of midnight jasmine, vanilla cream, and lush freesia, and then base notes of amberwoods and caramelized patchouli. Second to last, we've got a new fragrance by the house of Tomavici. This is called Opulent Oud. This one has top notes of saffron, coriander, nutmeg, tagettes, raspberry, and Italian geranium, middle notes of Florentine orris, Egyptian jasmine, orange blossom, Damascus rose, and Bulgarian rose, and base notes of patchouli, cypriol, vetiver, amber, musk, cistus, labdanum, moss, and oud. And then our final fragrance for the day is Tom Ford's Eau d'Ombre Leather. This has notes, this sounds so good, notes of ginger, coriander, cardamom, glowing leather accord, vanilla tincture, amber fix, amber, and honeyed woods. And I'm assuming this is a more like masculine fragrance. However, the spiciness mixed with the vanilla and the amber and the honeyed woods, like that just sounds absolutely divine. I cannot wait to get my nose on this. I believe it's available currently at Sephora. So definitely something that hopefully a lot of us can go ahead and get a sample of. So that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Like I said, if there's anything that you want me to sniff before you do, let me know in the comments. I will happily order a sample and be your guinea pig. And I will see you guys in future videos. I've got lots of exciting things coming. I've got a Penhaligon's Discovery Set First Impressions. I've got the Sphinx, House of Sphinx First Impressions on their Discovery Set. I've got some sample haul videos coming. I've got lots of stuff. So stay tuned for more videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.